afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D, and what a way to start the week. Of course, it was the Global Citizens Festival yesterday, and it was just extraordinary. Beyonce, Oprah, Usher, Black Coffee, and so much more. It was just one of the most incredible concerts I've ever been to in my entire life. But we have a little package coming up for you a little bit later in the show where you can get the full scoop of what went down yesterday at the F&B Stadium for the Global Citizens Festival. Now, first up on our amazing guest list today is Dirusha Ganapathy Juta, founder and MD of Beyond Transform. We chat to her about how she transformed her life and went on to own an award-winning company. Plus, we chat to Grant Pereira about the no excuse movement against gender-based violence. And later, we check out some pet-friendly travel options for our furry friends over the festive season. So we also then chat to dietitian Catherine Day on the causes of digestive issues and the importance of maintaining a really healthy gut. Speaking about gut, Falesa is whipping up some tasty treats in the kitchen again today.
Of course, Jeannie. Hello, South Africa. My name is Balisa Dembe. Clem, what do you have up your sleeve for us today?
Well, I didn't get to bake you a cake on Saturday for your birthday. I was with you, though, however.
Yeah, you did. We had a good time.
Now, today, there's your cake. Beautiful. It's delicious. It's insane. It's my chocolate pavlova cake. It's insane. But then, some cheesy, garlicky bombs. And then we're going to finish it up with some fudge. Why not?
Double sweetness, a lot of savory. Can't wait. But for now, over to you, Jeannie, in the lounge for an amazing chat.
One of the most powerful things that entrepreneurs and success seekers all agree on is the effectiveness of visualization and positive thinking. So this simple yet life-changing practice is what changed Dirusha's life for the better after experiencing a radical paradigm shift into thinking due to extremely challenging experiences. Her company, Beyond Transform, was awarded one of the 100 most influential global HR professionals by the World HRD Congress. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ginny, and it's so wonderful to be here. I really appreciate this opportunity of being on your show.
Thank you. Well, it's so lovely to have you here because you really do have such a story to tell, and you really are such an inspiration. I mean, let's start from the beginning. You are obviously very successful at HR, and then found yourself retrenched not once but twice. Like, that's difficult. That must take quite a knock to your self-esteem, your value system. So how do you pick up out of that and then find your way again? What was your story?
Yeah. So, you know, being retrenched was a complete shock to my system.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It challenged me on every single level. It really knocked my self-esteem, it knocked my self-worth. But I realized, you know, the first time I got retrenched, I did not listen to my calling in terms of where I needed to be. I had had so many achievements and so many learnings throughout my entire career, and it was time for me to actually move on to something bigger and greater. And life is just really weird because, you know, when you don't listen to your heart and you don't follow your intuition, somehow experiences, situations come into your life that repeat itself into your life. Yeah. And so when the retrenchment happened the second time, I knew that I needed to listen to my heart and listen to my calling. I knew that I needed to absolutely step into my truth and own it because life had prepared me for everything that I was about to achieve and where I was going, and I needed to just embrace that change. I needed to be receptive to it and know within my heart that I needed to follow the path that I needed to walk in terms of where I needed to be.
Exactly. Well, life was actually literally telling you that you shouldn't be on that path, and it was kind of forcing you into another one. And I believe you can manifest things into existence. But how do you change your mindset in order to put yourself on the right path, I suppose? Because it's quite difficult, especially when you're down.
Yes. So for me, you know, throughout my entire life, I've experienced a number of significant, painful situations and challenges. And I learned very quickly that if I was dwelling in negativity, it was not self-serving for me. That I actually needed to change my attitudes, my beliefs, and how I looked at my situation to really attract positivity into my life, like you say. And to also understand the higher purpose of everything that you go through in life. That pain is actually a natural part of life. Suffering and pain is a natural part of life. And once you're able to accept that truth, you're actually able to transcend it and to move forward. So for me, it's always been about understanding what's the higher purpose in my journey in terms of where I need to be and following my truth in terms of that.
What tips would you give our viewers as to how they can get themselves out of a rut and put themselves onto the right path?
So, you know, maybe let's talk about retrenchment, right? Because that's something that happened to me twice in my life. I would say, you know, whatever you go through in life, retrenchment as an example, don't be ashamed of it. Don't put yourself down. Don't knock yourself for it. You know, sometimes things that happen in your life are there to teach you so that you can grow from it, so that you can have lessons to learn. You know, you may not know your story, who it may touch, who it may inspire. So embrace opportunities in life. Be open to it. Because they all happen for a reason. Nothing that you go through in life is ever in vain.
That's such good advice. And you really are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all of your accolades and all that you've achieved.
Thank you so much.
Lovely having you here.
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
What a way to kick off such an incredible week with an amazing, inspirational and positive story. But now we're taking Mondays to the next level with our garlic and herb cheese balls. They're quick, easy to make and great for entertaining, and don't forget, downright addictive. So bring the tastiest rewards with this cheesy recipe. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. SMS costs R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Clem, you know we love cheese, and Clover cheeses have given us such a wide range to work with today.
Absolutely, I have a very, very intimate relationship with cheese.
Yeah, well,
very.
obvious.
And garlic bread, just brings all the emotions out of me. And you're going to cross the two together in this very simple recipe.
Nice.
It's not nice. It's you know what? It's tearfully amazing. It's so easy. And it's the simplest recipe. I think I've actually made this here on the show.
Okay, let's go for it.
Like one of the tastiest ones. Don't make it, buy it. Bread dough. Absolutely. There's amazing bread doughs you can buy out in the retails. Don't even go to a bakery. The stores are selling it.
Yeah, because again, we're spending less time in the kitchen, more time with family and friends.
Exactly. That's all about, and that's why this is an amazing, entertaining dish. So this is for you.
Nice.
I'm going to give it to you. You can stretch it out slightly.
Okay.
And you're going to keep on going, keep on going. What's really cool is you can actually make these, shape these, put it in the freezer, and then we just come in, take it out, 15 minutes later, oven, done.
Nice.
Very, very easy.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna we bought our beautiful butter, and then we made a delicious garlic butter. Also, you can buy it if you want to, but I don't feel like they get me and understand the level of garlic that I want in my garlic butter.
Absolutely not. And this festive season, we're going all the way. Go big or go home, I say.
So put your little bit of your garlic butter in the middle of your dough, stretch it out a little bit, and then you're gonna get your, I was gonna say either Tussers or cheddar.
Okay.
No, we're doing both.
Both.
Okay?
I agree.
Now, so that sweetness you get from the Tussers and the sharpness from the cheddar, amazing.
And what's also nice about these
Look at you. Okay, you know what? I was about to say, you can make little balls, but if you want to make little half moons, do your thing.
Yes, I think half moons are cute. I mean, look, we can give variety in the kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these Clover cheeses, what's nice about them is that they're high in energy, high in protein, high in calcium too. So it's all round amazing, and they come in so easy to use containers, easy to open, packaging.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Makes
so
my
it's a
life
dream
easy.
in the kitchen. It's a
Makes
dream.
my life so easy because people don't actually know how clumsy I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we always say this about you.
The simpler things are in the kitchen, the better.
Okay, so we spread it
You're winning, so
open.
that's literally all you're going to do. So I like to, at this stage, get some friends around the table.
Yes.
It's all about getting involved, right?
Yeah,
so
getting hands in.
There we go. Get them all around the table. That's all they're going to do. Shape, put the garlic in there, put the cheese in there, shape it however they want to.
Create your board.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes into the oven. 15 minutes later, those guys look so amazing. Okay, I can also tell you, we had about 30 made earlier. People have been snacking.
And
There's nothing
snacking.
left. It's done.
I'm absolutely so hurt because I was thinking of taking 10 of my own home. Crazy, Clem. Anyway, so this has to be one to try, and to do that, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to your device. SMS costs R1.50 and free SMSs don't apply. Now, if you need to see how we do this one more time, watch this space.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, we are bringing to light 16 days of activism this week and how you can make a difference. Did you know that 1,095 women are killed every year at the hands of their partners? No Excuse challenges today's champions men of South Africa to stand up and say there is no excuse for women abuse. Take a moment to reflect by sharing your hashtag 16 seconds of silence video on social media in solidarity with women across the world. Visit hashtag noexcusesa.com to find out how.
I'm looking very much forward to seeing those videos because this is a time, 16 days of activism. Do get involved, hashtag no excuses. Now, treat your family and friends to a delectable chocolate pavlova cake. Now, this cake is a chocolate lover's kryptonite, and Clem has put a secret ingredient in here. Clem, please elaborate because I'm seeing a lot of decadence here.
Yeah, this is very, very special. This is a once-a-year festive cake only. My secret ingredient?
Yes?
Chocolate brownie mince pies. They are ridiculous. I wait all year long for this to hit the shelf in Woolies.
100%, but I'm familiar with the normal mince pies.
Yeah, but you see what they've done is they realize some people don't like the spiciness of the fruit, so they kind of did a chocolate brownie version. It's delicious.
It is.
I'm going to say that's my Woolies item of the week.
Of the week. Okay,
yeah,
got you. So
absolutely.
Monday, everyone go out to get these chocolate brownie fruit mince pies.
Take a picture. Let me know. I want to know all about it. Absolutely. Yes. Cool. In here, we got some free-range egg whites. Okay. Always free-range. Only free-range. Give it a good mix. We're essentially making a meringue.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to season the meringue with a little bit of chocolate. The chocolate is, for me, chocolate is a very festive flavor.
It is.
I lie, it's an all-year-round flavor. Okay, but we're just going to kind of elaborate on that a bit.
Yeah, talk to me.
For the festive season. Sugar going in, add a bit of the cocoa. You can add it all.
Add it all, okay.
At home, don't add it all. At home, do it in stages.
Yes,
okay?
because we do say we don't want to come out with powdery faces in the kitchen. Take your time. You don't want everything going everywhere.
Okay. And then
nice. Okay.
What actually happens is the sugar cooks the egg whites. That's why you add it in stages and you get that nice volume, which I've got over here.
That is true, because sugar is like a fermentation. Like it can ferment things, right?
Yeah, I think it's more like a chemical reaction that happens between the two.
Really?
I'm going to get my PhD, make you know. Okay, then what we do is we take this, is our meringue mixture. You take those beautiful brownies, you crumble them in, okay? You've never done this before?
No.
It works. Okay, very simple. You spread this on a piece of baking paper.
Yum.
It goes into the oven.
Absolutely delicious. If you want the recipe to this mouth-watering dish, SMS the keyword EAT to 33650 and we'll be sending you every single detail you need to recreate the magic that Clem is making in the kitchen today.
Definitely. Okay, cool. So let's just work over here. Like you know,
Yeah, okay,
you have to
let's
see
move
this. This
over.
needs a bit of a
Okay.
space. So this is chocolate ganache, very simple chocolate and cream. Can I get your...
Yeah, this one.
There we go.
This guy.
That's it. I like it. I didn't have to say it. You just know. You speak Clem.
Telepathic.
There we go. Just like that, drizzle it over. It's super fudgy and soft and gooey inside already. Now we're adding extra chocolate because we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care, and it is my birthday cake. I've taken it over. So let's add more. And the fruit, is that just...
I need the second layer of the meringue.
Second layer, okay, I got you.
There we go. Boom, let's see. Oh, yes, ooey gooey, delicious. That goes down. We're gonna add more chocolate to it, you can, but otherwise, hit it with the berries.
Okay.
It's berry season right now.
Yes.
So maybe some cherries and some berries. Can you pass it on our way?
Yeah, sure.
There we go.
Let me help
Can you
you.
tell I'm excited?
I can tell you're so excited and passionate about this dish. I'm a lot more passionate, loving the savory food, but this is also a nice treat.
Yeah,
can I just put
definitely.
it whole
You know
like
what?
that?
And if it falls, you just grab it, put it in your mouth.
I like that.
Done.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we'll add more chocolate later to it. You know what?
Alyssa's making a mess. Let me just leave it alone. Step
This
away
one we
from
made
the cake.
earlier.
Step away from the cake, Bunny. Thank you so much, Chef Clem, for that. Now, I need to find a fork and a corner so I can get to know this cake a little bit better. Now, if you want the ingredients list, simply SMS EAT to 33650 and we'll be sending it to your phone. Now, here's a quick recap if you missed any steps.
Yummy. Now, with the 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children movement is in full swing. After the break, we chat to Grant Pereira about the no excuse movement against gender-based violence. And in the kitchen, we prepare creamy, rich homemade fudge.
Express yourself.
Just a few short moments. And here we are on the red carpet at the Global Citizens Festival. In just a few short moments, this red carpet is going to get lit. At the moment, I can see Shoma Josie coming up. She's going to be one of the first performers of the
I think Nando's is like, huh? From South Africa?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, the 16 Days of Activism for No Violence Against Women and Children movement is one of the intervention strategies that were created to raise awareness about the negative impact of violence against women and children on all members of the South African community. Let's take a look at the detrimental effects of violence against women and children. Now, this video may contain some sensitive imagery.
Violence against women and children in South Africa.
Heard about the shocking story of this young woman
following some horrific incidents.
Where the high level of violence against women is
rape and domestic violence.
The South African breweries, together with Takuwani Riime, launched the No Excuses campaign.
We want to mobilize South African men to saying no to excuses and no to the abuse against women. We are acutely aware of the link between men who abuse alcohol as well as men who sometimes abuse women.
Deaths a day, it should not be happening, and I think anywhere else in the world that would be a problem.
It was just one outburst. She pushed me. I'm nothing like my father. Nothing like him. This is a 5-year-long program because to change behavior, it's not something that happens overnight.
Wow, I think watching footage like that is sometimes really hard to watch, especially when the message and the statistics are so harrowing. What exactly is the No Excuse campaign about?
Jenny, the No Excuse campaign is about two things. As a brand, we stand for what is the best of men. And therefore, we knew we had to come out against what is sometimes the worst of men, which is gender-based violence. And also as a brand, we stand for the responsible use of alcohol. Exactly. We believe that there are millions of men and women who enjoy our products throughout the year and would never commit an act of gender-based violence. And therefore, we want to say those men who sometimes abuse alcohol and then sometimes abuse women, they don't have a place on our team.
Exactly. Well, I think this was quite interesting in the little book that the little booklet that you guys have made. It affects every South African. It destroys lives, devastates families, and threatens the safety of our loved ones. But we can only understand what's causing it and take decisive action to stop it. But it's such a good point. You can only understand why it's happening when you know the cause. How can people get involved to create this change?
Jenny, yes, what we're asking people over 16 days of activism, and this is a campaign for 365 days, but over this time when focus is on this terrible issue, we're asking people to go onto their phones, take 16 seconds of silence in solidarity with women impacted by gender-based violence and upload it to social media under the hashtag 16 seconds of silence or hashtag no excuse. It's a small symbolic action to say that we are all in this together. And it's up to us in this community, especially men, to take action against gender-based violence.
Yeah, that's amazing if everybody does stand together for that. What are you hoping for? What do you want the message to be, and what do you want the outcome to be?
We want the outcome to be that over the course of this movement, and this movement is 3, 4, 5 years long, we want there to be positive change on the ground with men and women in this country, and especially men. So what we've done is this booklet, the Stop No Excuse for Gender-Based Violence booklet. You can find on our website, which is www.noexcusesa.com. Download this booklet, read about it. As a man, understand what you must do to stop the scourge. And as a woman, also understand how to work with men to make sure that gender-based violence is not a reality in the lives of our children.
Yeah, and of course you've already got a lot of champions for change that are helping to make a difference. Let's have a look, take a look at this now, highlighting how Champions for Change is making a difference.
Wonderful to be here in Boipelon to kick off our Champions for Change program. The idea of this initiative is to work deep in communities. So we know that we must start in the place where we're the strongest, and that is taverns.
As a smart drinking squad leader and trainer, I think it's very important that we educate our male friends about women abuse.
As a champion, I pledge to get involved. I pledge not to be a bystander. Because you know the old saying that says all it takes for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. So we're saying good men, stand up, pledge, commit, and let's start a movement of this. The message is masculinity is a gift and it's a responsibility. You can be a gift to society or you can be a nightmare to society. You choose.
I chose to be part of the No Excuse campaign because I felt that it's something that's very close to my heart. Growing up in a community where I witnessed a whole lot of abuse, I actually want to come into society and impart something positive and actually help people get through gender-based violence. So for me it was more what I've experienced, what I've noticed, and what I think I can do.
We're having about 800 team players right here. We had to go through all the players and take them through a workshop on gender-based violence. And now we have these champions here who wants to champion this cause of gender-based violence.
There is no excuse. There is no excuse. As a man.
People now are seeing a new cause in our country to respond to this crisis and make sure that together we stand together and deal with gender-based violence once and for all.
Now, the No Excuse movement drives the message that real men take action against gender-based violence. And of course, we have Grant Pereira in the loft, who's a brand director at Carling Black Label in studio to share more about this campaign. So we want to know, what exactly is Champions for Change and what are they doing?
Champions for Change is our flagship program where we are going on the ground in communities to work with men. We give them workshops, facilitated tools. Our aim is to create 100 champions in every community.
Wow.
We are going to roll this out nationally around South Africa next year. We've done the Western Cape and Gauteng. And we know that if we create 100 champions, they will go out and create another 100 champions themselves. And at the end of it all, we'll have a society of men taking positive action and a world where our sons and daughters will grow up in a better world.
Because I suppose it is a vicious cycle, and I think young boys that are being raised will see what the older guys are doing, and so it's learnt behaviour. But what about the women? What do women who are in these, aggressive, abusive environments, how can they get help as well through this initiative?
We really believe that victim support is crucial to how we go about making sure there's change in our society. Our first and most important initiative is the Stop Gender-Based Violence Helpline, our partnership with Lifeline, that you can find on 0800 150 150, and it is primarily for victim support.
Yeah.
We've also partnered with a website called forgood.co.za. For Good enables men and women to go and give of their own time and resources to causes that help victims. So it's also a way of taking action. This movement is ultimately about men and women taking action in communities to eradicate gender-based violence forever.
And of course, all of that information will be available on our website. But if you look at people like me and you sitting at home and feel a little bit helpless, how can we get involved?
Well, first of all, we always say to get involved, first of all, you must make sure that in your family and your community, you are a voice for change, and that's never to tolerate gender-based violence.
Sure.
As a man is to take action when you hear it happening. As a woman, it is to report it through the legal authorities and make sure that this is never a silent thing that happens in families.
Yeah.
More practically, it is use the gender-based violence helpline, spread the word, and go on our website, www.noexcusesa.com, download the material, and become active. There are lots of causes in this country that are giving victim support, and we're urging men and women out there to go do something. Even the smallest action by a person will make the biggest difference.
What an amazing initiative. Thank you so much. It really is amazing. I definitely want to be part of it. Enough is enough. So this is calling on all South African men to stand up and say there is no excuse for woman abuse. 3 women die every day at the hands of their partner. Let that sink in. 3 women every day. So take a moment to reflect by sharing your hashtag 16 seconds of silence video on social media in solidarity with women across the world. Visit hashtag noexcusesa.com to find out how.
Sprinkle joy this festive season with Salati.
Gidi Zemba, and again, I want to urge everyone at home to be responsible this festive season and treat everyone with love and respect, because there's no excuse for abuse. But I've still got a lot of sweet treats up my sleeve in the kitchen. Yep, oh fudge. It's that time of the year when we turn our kitchens into Santa's Sweets Workshop, making a batch upon batch of creamy, rich, homemade fudge. Now, fudge makes the perfect gift this festive season for your friends, your colleagues, your boss at work, or your children's teacher. Sprinkle some joy this festive season with Salati. I cannot wait for this because I don't know the last time I had fudge.
But remember earlier I spoke about this, me being so easy in the kitchen, keeping things simple?
Yes.
3 ingredients. 3 ingredients.
Okay.
It's that easy. So Salati is all about sprinkling joy, and it's the season of joy, delicious food and gifting. So I do believe fudge makes an amazing, amazing gift. You gonna make me some?
I'm gonna make you some, but it can't be a surprise, so I have to find something else now.
Okay, fine. I understand.
So this we'll just share.
You can do that.
Okay,
I've got some butter. You could use margarine as well. Then we're gonna add our beautiful Salati sugar that's going in. Okay. The secret's in the sugar. The sugar has to caramelize. That's where the fudge comes from. You can't make it without sugar.
Wow, okay, I get that. And it's so cute. Salati comes with these beautiful emojis to kind of spread the joy this festive season. Sprinkling the joy. The packaging is super cute. You have to get your hands in store.
They know me very well. I've got this easy to pour little top on the sugar.
Oh, yes, so the sugar doesn't go everywhere.
We've been watching him. We know how he is in the kitchen. So that's all for me. Thank you so much, Salati. Sugar going in. Just like that. And now we're going to start caramelizing that sugar. Essentially, we're making a caramel. The difference is we're going to add some milk to it, and that's going to kind of like help add the creaminess to our fudge.
Okay,
I don't even know what to say to you. It's the simplest recipe ever.
So far we just had some sugar, milk, and I'm assuming the cocoa's next, the chocolate?
No, it's literally, the chocolate comes at the end. So there's no decoration. The 3 basic ingredients is your butter, it's your sugar, and it's your milk. So you give it a good mix, stirring. One of the first recipes I ever learned to make was a simple 3-ingredient fudge.
Oh, okay.
And it came out perfectly the first time.
I don't think I've ever made fudge in my life. I've
never
thought of it. I've never even thought of it.
How have you lived?
Sweets.
Okay, I understand. Okay,
but I'm learning now because Kim, I feel like this is going to be perfect. I've got a younger brother, and I think this would be so nice for him to gift his family with and friends.
Right. Perfect. And it's fine if you haven't made this, you know now how to make it. You also have friends like me. I'll make it for you. It's perfectly fine.
Brilliant.
But this is an amazing, amazing recipe to try at home. Like literally, all you do is you stand there, watch that sugar turn a caramelized brown. It's that simple.
So if you guys are interested, if the viewers at home are all interested in gifting with this amazing recipe, SMS the keyword Salati to 33650 and you'll be receiving this amazing mouth-watering sweet treat sent straight to your device. I can't wait to try this at home.
And please make it, take some pictures and send it to us.
Yeah, and have fun with it.
Those images, Yes. Okay. All you do, let it simmer. Look how amazing that looks after it sits.
Oh, and I see you put some candy canes in there.
Because it's festive season.
All right, thank you so much again, Clem. I can't wait to try this at home. Now, get creative this festive season and sprinkle some joy with Salati. And if you want the ingredients list, simply SMS Salati to 33650 and we'll send them to your phone. And you can enjoy the Salati fudge treat too.
Still to come on Afternoon Express, if you suffer from digestive issues, help is on the way. And if you are traveling this season, we've got some travel tips for your animals.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Whiskers, feed their curiosity.
Now, welcome back to Afternoon Express. I'm chilling here with Baxter, who's absolutely gorgeous and so cute every time of the year. Now, your pets are there for you throughout the stress and strains of a long work year. And come December holidays, they deserve all the fun and time with us. Now, this week, we're looking at the growing options for your dogs and cats joining you on vacation. And if they can't, then how best to see their comfort and company whilst just away. With the festive season fast approaching, more people have started planning their vacations. And whilst more and more holiday destinations are becoming more pet-friendly, it's not always possible for you to take your pets with you. So today we're at the Fritz Pet Hotel in Cape Town to find out more about ensuring your pets are comfortable this festive season. Owner of this hotel, Yannick Glue, was quick to point out that traveling with your pets isn't as complicated as you may think. If you aren't able to take them on holiday with you, there are other options to consider so that they're well taken care of whilst you're away. Yannick, thank you for having us. So if people are planning to pack up and go on holiday this festive season, what should we consider regarding the well-being of our pets during this time?
But Lisa, first option or first prize is always to take your pet with you because your pet wants to be with you. So find accommodation that's pet friendly is always the first prize. Otherwise, you can find a dog sitter or a pet sitter that looks after your cat or dog at home. And then last but not least, while you go on holiday, your pet can also go on holiday at a boarding facility where they look after the animals.
How easy is it to find pet-friendly accommodation?
I think it depends on where you are in the country, but in Cape Town we really see that accommodation become more pet-friendly. And then if you go on holiday, it will be ideal if you can find a place where you can go and stay and find pet accommodation for your animal or like a pet boarding facility that's close by, because then the animal can go with you on holiday, sleep at the pet boarding facility, fetch it in the morning, and you can spend the day together.
If people are going to book their pets into a boarding facility, what should they look for in the facility?
I think the most important thing is trained staff. Make sure that the staff at the boarding facility has been trained in first aid training for dogs. It's like kids that go to a creche. so anything can happen. So make sure that they're trained in first aid training for dogs or cats. I think it's also very important that the staff has been trained by a dog behaviorist so that the staff can pick up signals that the dogs or cats are giving you when they're not feeling well, when they're scared, when they're stressed out. And then hygiene levels. You can imagine when you put a lot of kids or dogs or pets together, you need to really be sure that it's in a very high level of hygiene. And then last but not least, love. Love, 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 love.
Is there a difference between dog facilities and cat facilities?
Hugely. If I think about it, dogs just want a ball, they want space, and they want a place where they can run and roam freely and like a pack of animals together. Where cats are more aloof, they want their own space, quietness. So yeah, the accommodation or the boarding space would look totally different. So this is our Cat Middleton suite, and this is one of our cat rooms.
Absolutely gorgeous. But for those opting to keep their pets at home, what's the most important aspect to think about when dealing with a pet sitter?
For any caregiver, it's really important for them to know the personality of the animal. For example, let's say you have a cat that is really hyper and playful, and all of a sudden he's just lying and sleeping, so that the caregiver can really pick up there's something wrong with the animal. So it's important before you get a pet sitter at home that the pet sitter come and visit the animal, knows exactly what the animal's personality is, so that if the animal shows signs that is a bit weird, that they can immediately take the animal to the vet.
Are there any other tips to keep your pet comfortable while you're away?
I really think it's important to keep the stress level of the animal as low as possible. So therefore make sure that before the pet sitter looks after your cat or dog, that they visit a few times before they come, so that your dog or cat knows the person and they're comfortable with that. And then also get the basics right. Make sure that you've got an emergency number of a veterinary practice around, so that if something is wrong with your animal, that they can contact the vet. And always some extra food, lots of water and treats. And then a quick trick is just leave something behind of yourself in their bed so they can always smell you.
Whether you decide to go on holiday with your pets, leave them at home, or book them into a hotel, it's your responsibility to ensure that your pet is comfortable this festive season. High five, Donut. Good girl. Now, the holidays are all about family, love, and good food, and it should be no different for your fur babies. Now, whilst Pedigree and Whiskers have Baxter and Donuts covered for their year-end feasting, here's to your fur babies also feeling appreciated this season with nutritious treats and love all round.
Your help in spreading a little Crush goodness, 20,000 students and communities across South Africa will be receiving brand new pairs of school shoes in January 2019. So simply nominate a deserving school that you've put in Limpopo and Northern Cape provinces in the top 6 of the Crush map to receive the gift of school shoes. Now, there is still time for you to help spread the goodness and nominate a deserving school in your province. So buy your favorite Crush juice, enter with the details on the pack by dialing the USSD code star 120 star 5676 star, your unique code and hashtag from your cell phone. Then follow the on-screen prompts to nominate a deserving school that could potentially receive the gift of shoes. Gorgeous school shoes in January 2019, and you could also stand a chance to win part of over 1 million rand in prizes. So join in and spread a little hashtag Crush goodness.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush, your daily dose of goodness, now available in long life. Crush is spreading goodness by giving away 20,000 pairs of school shoes. See pack for details and stand a chance to win 1 million rand in prizes for you and a friend. Nominate a school to receive school shoes.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, digestive issues like bloating, cramping and constipation, which are all symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome, are estimated to affect 1 in 5 people, and mostly women. Molkazan assists with supporting gut health and mild IBS digestive issues and has recently launched the 21-day Molkazan Challenge, which aims to help improve the participants' overall gut health. Now, this afternoon, we chat with local dietitian Catherine Day on the causes of these digestive issues and the importance of maintaining a healthy gut. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, no, lovely. This is such an interesting topic because I think so many people suffer from it. So what exactly is IBS?
Well, IBS is a functional gut disorder that is characterized by changes in your bowel habits as well as abdominal pain.
Yeah.
And the causes of it, unfortunately, are not known. There are a lot of theories, and this makes it extremely frustrating for people with IBS because, you know, when they go to the doctor, they get no tests that come up as positive.
So there's no way of testing for it?
Not at the moment. Okay. So a couple of the theories behind the causes of IBS, they do suspect that there may be changes in inflammation within your gut lining, but unfortunately, these changes are so microscopic that a biomarker or a test hasn't actually been sort of invented yet.
Okay.
Other sort of theories behind the causes of IBS include differences in ways in which your gut bacteria are actually living in your gut. So they think that there's more unhealthy bacteria as opposed to healthy bacteria. And then also changes in the way your gut actually works. So we all have muscle contractions in our gut that helps move our food through. And in someone with IBS, there are actually changes within those muscular contractions.
Oh, wow. And then what would the symptoms be then of IBS?
So
like
symptoms,
a lot of pain, obviously.
Yes, include things like constipation, diarrhea, bloating, flatulence, and then obviously the abdominal pain as well. And then nausea and vomiting as well. Those are those two sort of big symptoms that people suffer from.
Every single time they eat?
Not every time they eat, so it's all about the management of IBS. There's no cure yet, and a lot of people have dietary triggers, so they may be okay with some food one day, and then the next day they'll bloat, and it will be so sort of deliberating that they kind of look like they're pregnant. That's a lot of what a lot of patients complain about.
Yeah, that bloating. But then what do you recommend then to fix it? Because I suppose if it is anything to do with inflammation or the fauna and flora, then I suppose something like Molkazan, because it's a probiotic.
So yes, definitely probiotics have been found to be useful, but there's a lot of research behind this, and you know they haven't quite gotten it down to what exact strain can help with IBS patients. Because when it comes to gut bacteria, there are trillions and trillions of gut bacteria living in our gut. So researchers are also still trying to find what exact strain can best help you know, IBS patients deal with the symptoms, but it's all about management. So yes, definitely including probiotics into your way of eating, or, you know, taking a supplement of sorts. And then mostly it's about looking at it holistically and kind of, you know, asking yourself, is your lifestyle conducive to no symptoms? Do you exercise? Do you manage your stress and anxiety? And then also looking at, you know, dietary triggers. So refined carbohydrates, wheat. We also look at fructose intake. There are a whole lot of things. So I think it's really quite, you know, something that we can still do something for. There's not no hope, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people just kind of take their IBS as something that they can't manage.
Yeah, you hear so many people just hearing that they've just got to live with it, where actually there are lots of little ways of getting around it. And just being conscious of what those triggers are, because then that could help you as well.
Yes, and I think that's the most frustrating thing, is that a lot of patients can't really figure out what their triggers are, and that's how dietitians can help patients, is to find out what their triggers are. And for the very sensitive tummies, there's actually something new called the low FODMAP diet, which can help a lot with sensitive tummies. So there is a lot of hope.
The low FODMAP?
FODMAP.
FODMAP.
So basically we look at the fermentable carbohydrates in a person's diet, because they ferment a lot, and when things ferment, they create gas, and that's what makes the bloating a lot worse.
Okay, so staying away from the kimchi and the sauerkraut then. So it certainly is amazing of how much of an impact our gut has on the rest of our body. Now, to stand a chance of winning a spa day for 2 and Molkazan products to the value of 3,000 Rand, simply start using Molkazan today, then head over to our social media pages and tell us what your digestive issues were and how Molkazan has helped you. So don't forget to use the hashtag Molkazan Challenge. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Digestive problems are increasing. A-Vogel's Molkasan is a Swiss daily digestive tonic that's high in L+ lactic acid to support healthy gut bacteria.
Now, after the break, we continue our amazing chats with our guests over some deliciously serious food.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, just in case you didn't hear about it, yesterday some of the biggest stars in the world descended on Johannesburg to celebrate 100 years of Nelson Mandela. It was absolutely amazing. I've hardly got a voice today because of how incredible it was. Now, one of my favorite quotes from Beyonce says, "I don't really like to gamble, but if I do, there's one thing I'm prepared to bet on, and that is myself." And yesterday, she proved it. She was just one of the most outstanding performers in the world. And of course, she took the stage with Oprah Winfrey, Chris Martin, Pharrell Williams, Naomi Campbell, and so many more. Here's a quick look and see, just in case you missed it. And here we are on the red carpet at the Global Citizens Festival. In just a few short moments, this red carpet is going to get lit. At the moment, I can see Shoma Josie coming up. She's going to be one of the first performers of the evening. And I can just imagine the excitement that she's going through right now. Imagine sharing the stage with such huge artists like Beyonce, Jay-Z. Oh! She must be so excited. What do you do for preparation for a show like this?
It's very important to remember who you are. People know me. I always have the braids. I'm not gonna suddenly show up at Global Citizen with like a different, like with a weave or something that's not me. So it's about remembering like who you are, so that even in big moments, you never lose that.
I want to see an AIDS-free generation. So that's what I'm fighting for, and I know that global citizens around the world want to fight the epidemic as well, and world hunger obviously is something we need to eradicate. So I'm looking forward to being a part of that in the future as well.
Being a global citizen, how do you think events like this will really create change?
What's great about Global Citizen is it's not about strict charity. It's about getting people to engage in what's important to them. So, you know, we look at education, we look at sanitation and water around the globe, around the continent. What's great about this event is you can participate just by sending a tweet. You can tweet your world leaders. You can say, hey, President Ramaphosa, can you commit to this education fund? Can you move education forward? Can we change the world? And we really can.
So what does a global citizen mean to you, and what exactly is the change that you would like to see in the world?
A global citizen means someone who is not just concerned about their own country, their own state, or their own world, but they're concerned about the entire globe and the health of the entire world. I think it's very important that we focus not on our own world, our own country, but the entire globe. So yeah, that's what it means to me.
I mean, find someone in this world that looks at you the same way as I look at Trevor Noah. Or like Tyler Perry looked at me.
Ginny, you were literally living with the best of the best yesterday. How was it, though? How did you feel?
It was absolutely incredible. You know, they had a lot of speeches. Oprah Winfrey came up and she did a speech. Bob Geldof did a speech. Wow. Oprah welcomed President Cyril Ramaphosa to the stage. I mean, the crowd went wild. It was
iconic.
No, it was so iconic. And the energy in the stadium was just amazing. It was really, really incredible.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy we could enjoy.
Should have been there.
I wish I was.
Maybe now we should do a hashtag no excuse concert and actually bring back Pharrell, Jay-Z and all of your champions for change.
Well, that is a very, very good idea, and we want to plan something, maybe not that scale, but something along those lines for this time next year.
How did the idea come about? Because I think it's such a brilliant idea, especially for a brand like yours.
Yes, the idea came about very simply that there is never an excuse for women abuse. And the abuse of alcohol is never an excuse. So all we are saying to men out there is that do not abuse women and never use our product as an excuse and never abuse our product. And to women out there, we're saying, do not accept it. You are champions and heroes in your own right. It is up to you to rise up against this. And as men, we will be with you and support you.
Great, great message.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much for being here today to share
you.
that with us. And thank you so much for joining us at home. We certainly did enjoy spending the afternoon with you. Until tomorrow.
Good night and God bless. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.